is looking green, very green for Bitcoin. What's happening right now is, of course, Bitcoin is gaining strength. Today, we saw $150 million in shorts being liquidated. Okay, you see all this happening, and that's fantastic. Bitcoin is gaining strength. More money is coming into this space, and more shorts are getting wrecked and getting liquidated, and that is what's happening right now. Exactly what's happening right now. Okay, as the banking contagion spreads, as more distrust builds with banks in general, you have $200 billion flowing into the crypto market. And this is within, what, a week or two? We have seen a pretty tremendous recovery within the last 2 weeks, and that's because you have all this money being pulled out of the banks and put into Bitcoin, right, or crypto overall. That's exactly what's happening. And that is the reason why, actually, this is surprising, that 74% of Bitcoin holders now are in profits. Despite having a horrible 2022, people have been DCAing, have been holding, and now 74% of Bitcoin holders are in profits already. And we're only at 26,000. Imagine when we get to 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, right? So 100, the case for 100 is bullish, very, very bullish. And many people think that we will hit 100K within a year. What's within a year? Well, the halving event, right? The halving event is exactly 1 year from now, which will make Bitcoin even more scarce. And that is why many people think that we will hit 100,000. Not only hit it, we will breach it, and who knows where the top will be. But here's the interesting thing. Here's a pattern that Charles found. The bump and run reversal. Take a look. This is a textbook kind of pattern. Something that Wall Street whales, they could detect, and sometimes they cause this to happen, right? And where's Bitcoin? Yep, we just broke through that trend line. So this is another reason why we can hit 100,000, but mainly because the fundamentals are great, stronger than ever. We still have the halving event coming up, and now we have so much fear and distrust in the banks. These are all great things that will propel Bitcoin upwards and forwards, and that is why we're all in the game. It's really that simple. Another chart for you guys. This is the pi indicator, and again, when we have Bitcoin crossing through and making a crossover with the pi cycle indicator, very good things happen. 8,000% run, then you have a 1,400% run. What will we see this time? 1,000% run, 800%, right? We don't know, but this is clearly a very bullish signal. As well as this, here's another one called a rider band. Again, just showing a lot of crossovers and measuring bottoms. And of course, we had a pretty bad bottom basically all of 2022, right? And even the very beginning of 2023. And whenever you come up from bottom, well, very good things happen, right? So this is why we're in the game. And look at the U.S. market today. It's about to open red, deep in the red. Why is that? Well, more banking fears. Credit Suisse, after getting their 54 billion loan from the Central Bank of Switzerland, well, that didn't help with confidence, at least to investors' confidence. They are selling them off right now, down 10%. Well, what about in the U.S.? What about First Republic Bank? They just got a 30 billion force injection from 11 major banks. What about that? That just happened yesterday, right? That should make investors feel better. Well, no, it didn't. And that is why it is down 17% right now. Okay, when banks are getting forced injections or getting loans from the Fed, that doesn't really boost up confidence, right? Like, do you really trust? If I was doing banking right now with First Republic, I'd be getting my money out. I don't care how much injections they get. I'd be getting money out, right? It's simple. When a bank is getting bailouts, it's not good. It's not good. And it's not just First Republic. Overall, it's been reported that the Fed had loaned out already $165 billion ever since SV Bank crashed and failed. $165 billion. This is within like a week. This is not this year. This is within a week. How high will that climb as more weakness and more failures come to light, right? We don't know. But the Fed is now in a position where they have to loan out money, and they're actually buying assets too. Their assets are going up. Now, you may be wondering why all of a sudden we're having all these banking problems, right? Why does it seem like it's 2008 again? Something else that's somewhat positive, it was negative and positive. Reuters reported that FDIC is forcing the next buyer of Signature Bank to not have anything to do with crypto. Now they're denying it because quite frankly, I think it's illegal for them to make that stipulation that, hey, whoever buys out Signature Bank cannot have any crypto activities. So now they're backtracking that and saying, no, we're not enforcing that at all. So I guess that's good. And of course, we got a lot of good stuff that may be coming in the near future about Gary and the SEC losing some major cases. And we may be getting the very first Bitcoin spot ETF around the corner. And we may get Ripple winning its case against the SEC. So there's those things to look forward to as well. And let's not forget, next week, we have the FOMC meeting, which I think will be zero, meaning zero rate hike. And that would be very bullish as well. So there's just a lot of stuff to be bullish about. I mean, if you can't tell, a lot of good things to be bullish about, and it's getting quite exciting. Quite exciting.